Hi everyone and welcome to the Duel Commander channel for a new video of Duel. Today is between RAFIQ of the Many and Kumena Tyrant of Orazca, two aggro mid-range decks racing for the victory. Let the game 1 begins. RAFIQ won the toss and starts the game. He keeps his hand with a command tower, a savanna, an island, a wooded foothills, a windswept heath, a green sun zenith, and a path to exile. KUMENA'S on the draw, he keeps a hand that have only one land. Don't do this at home, kids. So KUMENA keeps an island, a Kozis Trickster, a Master of the Pearl Trident, a Brineborn Cutthroat, a True Name Nemesis, a Master of Waves, and a Force of Will. Let's dip in the game. To begin with, RAFIQ opens with a Windswept Heath, then pass the turn. KUMENA draws, plays an island and a Kozis Trickster. RAFIQ responds by fetching a breeding pool that enters the battlefield tap. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a Savannah and a Voice of Resurgence for 2. KUMENA untaps, draws, plays an island, then pass the turn. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a Tundra, and pass the turn. Before the end of the turn, KUMENA flashes a Brineborn Cutthroat triggering Voice of Resurgence, which creates an elemental token. KUMENA untaps, draws, plays an island, and a True Name Nemesis for 3. He then passes the turn. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a command tower, and casts RAFIQ of the Many for 4 manas. He passes the turn. KUMENA untaps, draws, plays a Fable Passage, cracks it to grab a forest, and plays a Shepherd's Sanctuary for 1 green mana and a Master of the Pearl Trident for 2 blue, giving all merfolks +1/+1 and Island Walk. KUMENA then attacks with 2 creatures for 5 unblockable damage. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a plane, casts a Green Sun Zenith for X = 1, and grabs a X Drinker. The library shuffle triggers the Kozis Trickster, which gains a +1/+1 counter. RAFIQ then casts a Path to Exile, triggering the draw effect on Shepherd's Sanctuary on the stack. The draw resolves and Path to Exile is countered by a Force of Will, losing 1 life and exiling a Tidebinder Mage. The Force of Will triggers Voice of Resurgence, creating another token, and the Brineborn Cutthroat, who gets a +1/+1 counter. KUMENA untaps, draws, casts a Master of Waves, and RAFIQ concede the game. Game 2 begins. RAFIQ keeps a Forest, a Breeding Pool, a Leonor Elves, a Restoration Angel, a Selfless Spirit, a Cassidy Primage, and a Remand. KUMENA keeps 2 islands, a Verdant Catacombs, a Curse Catcher, a Kozis Trickster, a Triton Shawstalker, and a Murphian Lich. To begin with, RAFIQ plays a Forest and a Leonor Elves. KUMENA draws, plays a Temple of Mystery, keeping the scry, and passing the turn. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a Breeding Pool untap, shocking himself for 2 damages, and passing the turn. KUMENA untaps, draws, plays an island, and a Curse Catcher for 1 blue mana. RAFIQ remands the Curse Catcher, then KUMENA plays a Kozis Trickster, and passes the turn. RAFIQ untaps, draws, plays a Prismatic Vista, and uses it to fetch a plane, which triggers the Kozis Trickster. He then plays his commander RAFIQ of the Many for 4 manas. KUMENA untaps, draws, plays a Verdant Catacombs, and attack with Kozis Trickster for 2 damages. He then fetch a basic forest and plays KUMENA Tyrant of Orazca for 3. Rafik untaps, draws, and directly goes to his combat step, attacking with Rafiq of the Many. Kumena declares no block. Rafik then kicks Vines of Vastwood before the damage step and hit the Kumena player for 16 damages. Kumena untaps, draws, plays an island and attacks with 2 creatures for 4 damages. Then he plays a Curse Catcher for 1 blue mana, a Triton Showstalker for 1 another blue, and he passed the turn. Before the end of the turn, Rafik used Sword to Plowshare on the Curse Catcher, exiling it, and letting Kumena gains 1 life. Rafik untaps, draws, plays a Waterlog Grove, uses 4 manas to cast a Chord of Calling with X=1, and tutors a Benevolent Bodyguard. With little damage on the board, Kumena concedes the game. Game 3 begins. Rafik keeps an island, a Flooded Strand, a Canopy Vista, a Remand, a Vines of Vastwood, a Cassidy Primage, and a Teferi Time Raveler. Kumena keeps 2 islands, an Oko Thief of Crones, a Four Spike, a Daze, an Opposition, and a Jedlight Ranger. To begin with, Kumena plays an island and passes the turn. Rafik draws, plays a Flooded Strand, and passes the turn. Kumena draws, plays an island, and passes the turn. Before the end of the turn, Rafik used the Flooded Strand to get a plane. Rafik draws, plays an island, and passes the turn. Kumena draws, plays a Curse Catcher for 1 blue mana that got countered by Mana Leak, and passed the turn. Rafik untaps, draws, plays a Canopy Vista, and baits Counterspell with the Geist of Sandcrafts that got countered by 4 Spike. Kumena untaps, draws, plays an island, and passes the turn. Rafik untaps, draws, plays a Waterlog Grove and a Teferi Time Raveler. Kumena is sitting on Daze and Spell Snare, he won't be able to use anymore. Rafik uses the -3 ability of Teferi Time Raveler to draw a card. He then uses his last green mana, losing 1 life, to play a green Sunzinet for X=0, tutoring a Dryad Arbor. Kumena untaps, draws, plays a Merfolk Sovereign, and passes the turn. Rafik untaps, draws, plays Rafik of the Many for 4 manas, and an Arbor Elf for 1 green mana and 1 life. He then used the +1 ability of Teferi Time Raveler, and passed the turn. Kumena untaps, draws a Stifle, he won't be able to use 2, and still lack green mana. He passed the turn. Rafik untaps, draws, plays a Cassidy Primage, and attacks with Rafik of the Many for 8 damages. He then passed the turn. Kumena draws, he's still in the same position, he passed the turn. Rafik untaps, draws, plays an Eldritch Evolution, sacrificing an Arbor Elf and tutoring a Deputy of Detention to exile the Merfolk Sovereign. He then attacks for lethal damage. That's it boys, Rafik wins the game 2-1. Overall it was an interesting game since 2 out of the 3 rounds have been won by the player on the draw, which is kinda unusual in this kind of matchup. Teferi Time Raveler is the key card today. Even without a proper target to bounce on its -3 ability, it pretty much won the 3rd round on its own, making KUMENA'S hand dead. Hope you enjoyed this kind of content, check the deck list, let us know what you think about it, and those janky but competitive commanders. See you soon for our next video of Duel.